Good morning and welcome to the Oklahoma City Airport Trust meeting. Before we get started and call the meeting to order, a couple of administrative announcements if I could. If you have a cell phone, please silence it at this time. And then if anyone out here wishes to address the trust, there are sign-up sheets out there. If you would fill out a slip, we will call on you in the agenda at the appropriate time. Or if you'd just like to make some general comments at the end of the meeting, we will so note that and call you at that time. With that being said, let's call the meeting to order of the June 28th, 2018 Oklahoma City Airport Trust. The first item on our agenda is to approve the minutes of the May 24th, 2018 Oklahoma City Airport Trust meeting. We have a motion and a second for approval. Any discussion? Seeing none, please cast your votes, and it is approved. Director's report, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. A couple of comments. Often I report on our passenger boarding activity, and I just want to report the May numbers for 2018 was 10.74% higher than May of last year. So in recapping the 5 months that we've reported this year, calendar year, we're at 11.94% higher than last year this time, and so 3 of those 5 months have been double-digit increases. So still good news on the passenger boarding front with regard to activity at Will Rogers. The other thing I want to make a point of, and we'll be getting more information out to the public on this, is we'll be starting very soon our Garage A waterproofing project. Garage A, as you know, is the 2-story directly north of the terminal building where short-term parking is on the 2nd floor. We'll be relocating short-term parking about July 18th. So on or about July the 11th, we're going to be closing the lower level of Garage C, which is the furthest north 5-story parking garage that has a dedicated entrance and exit. And we'll be clearing that floor out because that's where we plan to relocate short-term parking so that we can clear out our 2-story short-term as it exists today so that we can move forward with our project to hopefully start about July the 23rd, and that's probably a 5 or 6 month project. So we'll be getting more information out in the next week or so to the public on that. We have done this before, and it hasn't proved to be an issue, and we'll put appropriate signage in place.
Any questions from the trustees? Seeing none, next item on the agenda is the Will Rogers World Airport.
Start off with Will Rogers. Item A is to accept the completed project for the radar training facility waterproofing and site improvement project with Diversified Construction of Oklahoma Incorporated. Item B is accept the completed project for the terminal building upper level deck structural repairs phase 1 project. This was the soffit demolition part of the project with Diversified Construction of Oklahoma Incorporated. Item C is approving change order number 5 to the contract with Hunter Mechanical and Controls. This is for the radar training facility and mechanical system replacement project. We're adding 7 calendar days, but we're also accepting that project as complete. Item D is approved change order 1 to the contract with Miller Tippins Construction Company, LLC. This is for the Hangar 1 and Hangar 1C improvement projects. It's an increase of $115,469.50. Item E is change order number 3 to the contract with Diversified Construction of Oklahoma Incorporated for the aviation records, the roof replacement and envelope repairs project. We're increasing that project by $15,425.85, also adding 10 calendar days. Item F is approve amendment number 1 to the contract with Benham Design, LLC for the aviation records building roof replacement and envelope repairs project, an increase of $63,670. Item G, approve amendment number 1 to the contract with Robeson & Associates for the Sorb building roof replacement project and also the South Maintenance Facility roof replacement project. It's an increase to his contract of $1,470. Item H is approving addendum 1 to the contract to do the South 3631 Southwest 54th Street East Side roof replacement project. We're also asking you to receive the recommendation regarding the bids on May 30th, adopt the resolution rejecting the bid of Southwestern Roofing and Sheet Metal, and awarding the construction contract to Oklahoma Roofing and Sheet Metal, LLC for $944,050 for the base bid, approving contract and bonds. I is to approve addendums 1 and 2 for the Garage A repairs and waterproofing project that I spoke of in my director's comments. Received the recommendation of the bids open on May 30th and award the contract to ResTech Incorporated for $1,379,608.75, approving contract and bonds. Item J is receive the recommendation regarding the bids on May 30th opened for the demolition of the former rental car service center facilities, awarding the contract to Midwest Wrecking Company, LLC for $68,945, approving contract and bonds. K is to receive the Consultant Review Committee report. This is for a project on our airfield to do an emergency airfield lighting generator, authorize negotiation of an agreement with CEC Corporation. And last, item L, approve the easement agreement between the Airport Trust and Oklahoma Gas and Electric Company to lay certain transmission lines for the benefit of our tenants in the airport for electric services to airport facilities and our tenants. Those are the items for Will Rogers.
Thank you, sir. Having heard the items for Will Rogers, what are the desires of the trustees? We have a motion to approve. We have a second. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, please cast your votes. And it is approved. Wiley Post Airport.
Item A is to accept the completed project for the airfield's infrastructure repairs and improvements Phase 3 with Libra Electric Company. Item B is approved change order number 3 to the contract with AC Owen Construction, LLC. This is for the General Aviation Field Maintenance Facility project, increase of $5,608.55. C is approving the project manual for the demolition of Hangar 5 at Wiley Post Airport and advertise bids to be open on August 1st. And D is a recension of item 6B, which was on the May 24th trust. This was a non-exclusive easement between the Airport Trust and Coxcom, doing business as Cox Communications, Oklahoma City. There were some changes to that agreement before we went to City Council, so we're rescinding that, and we have a new non-exclusive easement that we're asking you to approve for the same purpose at Wiley Post Airport. Those are all the items for general aviation.
Having heard items for general aviation, what are the desires of the trustees?
Approval.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, please cast your votes. And it is so approved. General.
Item A is to receive the delinquent accounts receivable report, construction project status report, and the budget to actual report as of May 31st. Item B is adopt the resolution authorizing the airport, between the Airport Trust, authorizing the director to renew the annual maintenance contract with Cherokee Painting. This is the second renewal for a period of 365 days or a not to exceed amount of $300,000. Item C is the resolution authorizing the purchase of janitorial supplies utilizing city contract with Southwest Paper Incorporated in the amount of $200,000. This starts fiscal year July 1. And last, item D is to approve an agreement for professional consultant services. This is for the public art projects for Will Rogers, Wiley Post, and Clarence C. Page Airport, utilizing the City of Oklahoma City Planning Department Office of Arts and Cultural Affairs. Those are the items under general.
Thank you, sir. Having heard the items under general, what are the desires of the trustees? We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, please cast your votes. And it is so received. Lease and other agreements.
Item A is to approve supplement number 2 to the contract with ISS Facility Services Incorporated. We're exercising the first of 2 renewal options. The amount of the contract, $1,707,183.51, starts July the 1st. Item B is approved supplement number 1 to the contract with American Elevator Company Incorporated. We're exercising the first of 3 one-year option periods, renewing that contract also on July 1st for $176,773. Items C and D are approving assignment and assumption agreements between the Airport Trust and various parties at Clarence C. Page Airports, which are changing lots from one party to another. And item E is a ground services agreement with Air Crew Transport at Will Rogers World Airport. Those are all the leases and other agreements, Mr. Chairman.
Having heard the items under leases and other agreements, what are the desires of the trustees?
Approve.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, please cast your votes. And they are done. Next up,
Request approval of the requisitions for item 8, please.
we have a motion to approve
Second.
and a second. Any comments or questions? Please cast your votes. And it is approved. Next on the agenda, comments from trustees.
I do have a comment. We've had news recently of more direct nonstop air service, I think Philadelphia.
Philadelphia started.
I noticed some comments in letters to the editor and things like that of people saying, why are we paying these airlines? And I just take my hat off to you and your staff, Mark, because that's something we've been working on for decades to get great nonstop service, and you've got almost every market we want served, and I think the money we're spending is well spent, and our ridership proves it.
Yeah. Thank you. Point of clarification, the money doesn't go directly to the airlines. We have a marketing program and an agreement that we have with the Greater Oklahoma City Chamber of Commerce, and we partner with them to do the media buys, and we run the campaign strictly under the control of our staff here at the airport, and also we engage the Chamber of Commerce and the affected airline. Air service is very competitive, and we want to make sure that we are competitive with other airports that are trying to get those same routes. And airlines have limited resources, primarily aircraft, and they have a lot of choices on when they can put an airplane to fly. And we feel that it is our obligation when particularly a new route is established or a new carrier that we do everything we can to prop up that service so that we try to ensure its success so that it will sustain and keep and stay here in Oklahoma City. That's our job.
Are there other markets that you're still targeting?
There are, Mayor, there's, our list is getting quite shorter. We have New York's LaGuardia, which is still on our targeted list, and we also have the Southern Florida and Miami area. So those are the two that we have remaining, and Philadelphia was on that list, and Ronald Reagan Washington National was on that list, and we can strike those off now. So we've had a lot of success this year alone. Last fiscal year, this fiscal year, we've had 4 new air service, so things are going well.
No, take my hat off to you. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
How about for our viewers' review? There's a couple of also regional destinations that have just started in the last few months, have they not?
Well, VA Airlines has started service to Austin. That's a new concept, and we hope that they'll be successful. Frontier also started nonstop to San Diego. And some of these are becoming, one thing that's important about air service is you may see some service drop off, but sometimes it comes back. Airlines are being much more seasonal, much more surgical with their routes than they have before. And I think that's because, they follow the demand. And so they're trying to be a little bit more smarter with their own scheduling within their own route networks. So it's working out pretty well, and we want to keep pushing, but we've had a very successful year. One that I'm not sure we'll ever be able to top again, but we're doing really well. Appreciate the comments.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, any comments from staff or questions from staff? Again, seeing none, any citizens wishing to be heard? Francis, has anybody signed up?
No, sir.
Anyone in the audience like to be heard? Again, seeing none, we are adjourned. Thank you for your attendance.